मैप है ये है यार, क्या बोलते इसको, कामेश की मैप है, कामेश की। हेलो हेलो प्रिंस ब्रो, हेलो बड़ी, वेलकम वेलकम भाई। आई एम सॉरी यार भाई, बाद में से डाउनलोड कर लेना यार, अब बाद में से आना, ठीक है भाई। आईफोन 12 कितने का है भाई? मैंने लिए हुए 3 साल हो गया भाई, 3 साल हो गया। मैंने 45 का लिया था, 45 का लिया था, 3 साल पहले लिया था भाई। तुम बाद में से डाउनलोड कर लेना मेरे भाई। आई एम टिप्पू भाई, ये जो भी नाम है तुम
स्ट्रीम को दिखाता हूँ, तुम सभी को आ जाओ
भाई। हो रहा है क्या डाउनलोड? बताओ तो सही, डाउनलोड हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? आईजी रेस कौन है? आईजी रेस ओके, okay, चलो हो गया भाई। तुम बाद में से खेल लेना बेंडिटी। आई माँ की क्या है, क्या चूतियापंती है ये गेम की, क्या चूतियापंती है भाई ये गेम की। ये बंदे को किक आउट कर रहा था, वो बंदा किक आउट हो गया उधर से यार। भाग क्या है यार? सॉरी सॉरी मेरे भाई, जो भी था लास्ट पे, सॉरी यार मेरे भाई, जो भी था मेरे भाई, सॉरी मेरे भाई, सो सॉरी साबिर खान मेरे भाई, साबिर भाई सो सॉरी मेरे भाई। मैंने ये गेम का ग्लिच है यार, मेरा कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है भाई। क्यों निकाला भाई? सॉरी मेरे भाई, मैंने नहीं निकाला यार। मैंने यहाँ पर एक बंदे का डाउनलोड नहीं था, देखो भाई, ऐसे मैंने दबाया इधर पे से ओके दबाया तो लास्ट वाला बंदा चला गया भाई। इसे छूट दिया गेम है भाई, कसम से यार, हट यार भाई। ये कौन है अब? बड़ा घटिया गेम है भाई, कसम से। प्राइम भाई डाउनलोड कर लेना। क्यों निकाला भाई, बताया तो यार भाई। ये बंदा इस पेटिंग में से एक बंदा इधर आ जाओ यार। आईजीएल रेस भाई, आईजीएल भाई रेस भाई, जल्दी से इधर। ये जो लॉक के बटन दिख रहे हैं भाई, ये जो, अरे वापस नहीं आ सकते यार, वापस नहीं आ सकते आप साबिर भाई। एक बार किक आउट कर दिया तो अभी टाइम आउट मिला होगा आपको, 1 मिनट के बाद ही आ पाओगे आप शायद से। 1 मिनट के बाद ही आ पाओगे शायद से, ऐसा सीन है। तो कभी इंस्टा पर मैसेज करना तब दिखाऊंगी मेरे पास कार कौन सी, ऐसा क्या? अरे भाई ये जो भी है ना आईजीएल रेस भाई, ये लॉक पे टैप करो, नीचे लॉक पे टैप करो, जल्दी से इधर पे आ जाओगे। जल्दी से आ जाओ यार, जल्दी से आओ ना, स्पेटिंग से निकल लो भाई। मैं स्टार्ट करने वाला हूँ अभी भाई, मैं स्टार्ट करने वाला हूँ। जल्दी से आ जाओ, जल्दी से आ जाओ भाई। यार एक कौन है भेंडी, फिर से आ गया वो बंदा, ले मैं भी देख, चलो भाई आ गया।
सब्सक्राइब करो जल्दी से, 330 सब्सक्राइब, वो 230 सब्सक्राइब कंप्लीट करो जल्दी से, और डबल टैप मारो स्क्रीन पर। मैच चालू होने वाला है, जब तक
ज्वाइन करना गाइस, जो भी ज्वाइन करना गाइस, जो भी
स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो भाई लोगों, जल्दी से 230 सब्सक्राइब कंप्लीट करो, टारगेट है जल्दी से।
सॉरी मेरे भाई,
गेम स्टार्ट होने वाला है जब तक।
सॉरी गाइस, स्क्रीन ब्रॉडकास्ट आ गया था यार, सॉरी स्क्रीन ब्रॉडकास्ट आ गया था।
Simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
चलो गाइस,
चलो भाई तुमको लॉस भाई का स्ट्रीम दिखाता हूँ, चलो लाइक एंड चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो लेकिन जल्दी से।
बजा तेरा यार, गॉडजी खेलेगा, मेरे को नहीं लग रहा ब्रो, सेम टीम स्टिक करेगी। चलो शुरू हो रहे भाई लोग, लाइक करो एंड ज्वेल सन है दो राउंडिंग
भाई लोगों जल्दी से स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो, मैच चालू होने वाला है।
मजा आया?
eliminated. That's right. Today, the reality is that dreams will end, and so that's the nature of this competition.
नहीं है.
But I can guarantee you that none of these
अरे,
teams will go down without a
नहीं भी
fight.
है.
Yeah, Bunny, we've seen it before. Like, it's always the same. You can just defending games change just a few good or bad games.
That's right. So whether you're at home or right here.
ब्रो मैं भी 2x हो गया था ब्रो, सिर्फ यही क्यों? साथ में
in the
2x हो
port of
थी.
Versailles,
कोई
in the
इशू
heart of Paris, it is time to see who will rise above the rest and continue their journey in the PMWC. Starting with Ida Esports.
अरे वापस से एंट्री है क्या? नहीं, अच्छा खड़ी ऑलरेडी खड़ी. जब अभी एंट्री हो जाएगी.
GG Project.
लो.
ETSH Esports.
Yeah.
Walls Esports.
Nongshim Red
ये
Force.
कुछ नहीं करेंगे ना. वो दिख गया था क्या? ये कुछ नहीं करेंगे, ये खड़ी रहेंगे.
Tianba.
ये भी नहीं.
भाई लोगों स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो जल्दी से. 220 सब्सक्राइब, 230 सब्सक्राइब कंप्लीट करो, चैनल कंप्लीट करो.
अरे
Alpha 7.
Arena.
Godlike Esports.
नमस्ते. सेम टीम है.
721 GS Esports.
Team Vitality.
भाई क्या बोल रहे हैं? ऑलवेज ऑन टॉप. ये ऊपर
Esports.
Esports.
ये क्या है?
And finally, your defending PMWC champs, Yangon Galacticos! Nous y voici. After
भाई
just
जी.
6 games, the top 5 will make it into the finals. Some will survive, and the bottom 3 will see that key sent to the crusher.
The level of
Why, but
competition on
hey,
this stage is staggering.
why,
This
bro,
isn't
ये
luck,
stage में
it's
why,
instinct, it's preparation,
क्या
and
बनाया
it's
है भाई?
synergy. It's time for Group B to come to a close. Let's find out who has what it takes.
भाई लोगों स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो जल्दी से.
भाई बस प्रे करो भाई कि अपनी
16
टीम
teams
सर्वाइवल
have
में ना हो.
patiently waited
सीधा
on the
मैच के फाइनल
sidelines
से.
on the Qiddiya City grid.
प्रे करो कि टॉप 5 में एंड मार ले.
It is time to introduce our team, ETSH Esports, Alpha 7 Esports,
आने दो
Team
सबको.
Vitality.
जबरदस्त.
And finally,
कब होगा?
your
5 मिनट.
defending champions of PMWC, Yangon Galacticos.
Day 3 of the PMWC group stage at EWC 2026.
लाइक कर दो भाई लोग, लाइक कर दो.
starts right now.
ये था भाई, ये मैंने मिस किया था स्ट्रीम पे. ये जो पट से मारा है ना भाई, खतरनाक मूवमेंट हो गया है ब्रो. ये टूर्नामेंट का ये टूर्नामेंट का मूवमेंट हो गया है पूरे.
He's doing good work here. A grin appearing on his mouth. Now looks for one more, steps up and gets it. A 1v4 essentially for Smile. Sleepy with a warning shot. The body comes
भाई लोगों जल्दी से स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो.
ओए ये क्या था?
damage done.
भाई लोगों स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो. आगे मैच बहुत दिखाएंगे, अभी तो बहुत टाइम है भाई. जल्दी से लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो. 230 सब्सक्राइब कंप्लीट करो.
Oh, that's
Ora.
the minute to do it as Hora. They lay claim to the second chicken dinner.
Oh, we got in the Alpha 7 fans in
Nacho.
But let's see if Alpha 7 can bring the thunder on the close quarters engagement. Goodbye, Milu, as Tiamba get hit by the front of the vehicle.
ये भी मैंने मिस किया
Quick
था.
flicks coming out from A7.
Ooh, and that's exactly what's happening, because you got another can of Yunbin down south with that P90, and that is it. It's a back-to-back chicken dinner.
Let's go India, let's go. भाई लोग फ्लैग आने दो यार, चैट में फ्लैग आने दो.
Let's put the 11th on the board. Looking for TZ, is it a self-denial? It might be. Get to double digits on the
And
elites
that's it.
ये
and
देखा था
burn
अपन ने।
yourself down to the ground.
भाई देखो लाइक करो जल्दी से यार, 10 लाइक कंप्लीट करो यार, अभी तक नहीं हुआ यार 10, और 230 सब्सक्राइब भी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ यार, जल्दी जल्दी कर दो यार।
8 points in
ये यार
6
तीन की
matches.
क्रश होने वाली है, एंड वो पता है कौन गिर रही है भाई।
Competition here as things get loud. Hot Jukes in a building right next to me, and of course it's me, Jackie Powers, in the commentary booth. And we're going to be getting loose and waxing lyrical today, Jukes, because we get some more teams popping off with some big plays here in PUBG Mobile.
Oh, and man, talking about big plays.
क्वालीफाई हो जाएंगे, अरे इजी है ब्रो, सिर्फ एक मैच, ओनली वन, एक तगड़ा मैच, मोमेंटम आ गया, इजी को वो कर लेंगे, कन्वर्ट कर लेंगे। अरे भाई BMPS में हैशटैग 16 से ट्रॉफी उठाइए, एंड तक तुमको देखना पड़ेगा भाई कि क्या हो रहा है, समझ रहे हो ब्रो? 16 से ट्रॉफी उठाना, और यहाँ पे तो सिर्फ टॉप पे ही आना है, इससे ऊपर भी नहीं जाना है, टॉप पे ही आ गए, बात खत्म, डायरेक्ट फाइनल्स।
Yeah, well, forget about that. Group B's been a whole different beast, but it's
चलिए शुरू हो रहे, आई गेस मैच के अंदर घुस हुए बोबू वाले का यार आएंगे, अभी पीछे पूरा जबरदस्त चालू होगा।
Almost every single circle the entire day was just ridiculous, right? And then even with a 39 game in day one, not the team that's at the top of the leaderboard here. It's just unreal. That's the only way I can say it. Is like, what else? I mean, what else could you possibly ask for?
what more could we want? What more could these teams?
Right? So we're going into day 2 here.
chicken today, hopefully.
It's time to say your prayers. Passed up in points. We're going into day 2 here.
chicken today, hopefully.
It's time to say your prayers. Really make sure you are locked
Yeah,
in,
admin ho hai na?
meditate,
I guess
and
admin ho
focus,
hai na.
because getting into that grand finals here and now is so critical because
Pray
of
pure
those
kar rahe.
point sponges. We're gonna see
भाई लोगों स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो।
survival stage.
That's in reality, if you're able to push through,
Let's
live
go,
on to
Milo.
fight for the survival stage, have a chance to make it to final. Through here from Group B, joining some of the best from Group A, and then again, Jukes, we've got to crush those keys and say bye-bye to 3 of our squads.
Ooh, yeah, 3 teams going home today. So you got to make sure that you put everything on the line. But it's time, folks. Here we go.
भाई लोगों मैच चालू हो गया, जब तक जल्दी से कंप्लीट कर दो, मैच चालू हो गया।
इंडियन फ्लैग आने दो चैट्स में, लेट्स गो।
Is that all we got?
पहला गेम शुरू हो रहा है,
Let's go.
लेट्स गो।
There we go.
हेलो माकिया,
Get fired up in the building. Live from EWC.
बजाओ जोर बजाओ।
जब तक हमारे नॉइज भाई बताते रहेंगे तुमको।
हर हर महादेव भाई।
All I know is that now I just want to see state
Map कहाँ गया? Map कहाँ गया?
But who knows?
History, bro.
That was history.
Crazy.
Is on the south side here. We got Nongshim Red Force all the way in the north. Things are finally starting to settle down a little bit. Actually, never mind. It's the Wolves versus Alpha 7.
गाड़ी लेके घुस रहे.
And Elementrix
Nice one.
getting
Admin ने
caught
knock दिया.
out with
अपने वाले दो
that
slam दे दिए.
Obscure holding this
अरे यार
angle.
hold कर रहा है. इनको नहीं
Waiting for
idea
someone to
होगा
cross over.
यार.
Here comes Godlike.
पता बढ़िया.
Godlike
Nice one,
there
Ray.
on the top side from Adamino.
अरे क्या हो गया? ये
Closer
कौन सी
pass,
Godlike
they're
आ
taking
गई?
the fight to Alpha 7 as well. Battling both
दूसरे
of
bro.
these squads simultaneously.
एक और खिलाना बाकी है.
It'll be a great start for Godlike Jukes. Get some early energy into today's game.
Wow, man.
Wow,
Bro, मार
throwing
रहे.
that nade up the stairs.
सौम्या ना रुक
catching
रहा.
him off. Necessary's holding those angles. He's doing those tight peaks in a 1v2
इनका दूसरा ना हो गया,
situation.
किन्होंने
It's
है?
got like too
No,
strong to
चार,
defeat,
पांच
and
kill.
they are looking to be the kings of
W's
Neox
मार किया
Factory.
ठोको तालियां ठोको. अरे
S-Power's fired up as well, dude.
What are
From
that?
one fight
भाई लोगों जी अपना टीम में गोल है.
यार नहीं टकरा गया.
What's over there behind that tree? Huh?
आपसे ये. अरे
Throwing
एडमिन
the
नॉक हो गया.
nades.
कोई
Does
ना.
he have the arm to get him? That looks good. Ah, it's a little short.
Oh, nice रे.
Godlike Esports not
मार
playing
किया.
today.
The flick on that, bro.
Check
S-Power's
in.
fired up today.
एडमिनो का लॉस हो गया. बट कोई ना.
Yes,
अभी
he
रिकॉल
is.
भी ओके. रीसेट होना भी
Already getting
जरूरी है.
some good solid points. That's 6 on the side of Godlike. That puts them in
भाई
a good
घुसे हैं,
solid
bro. No
position
fear
in
घुसे
5th
हैं.
place. And this is the thing. If Godlike win this game, what is that going to look
मान्या का है,
like for
मान्या
these
सिर्फ है
leaderboards?
क्या?
That's going
वो
to be
main
a
है.
massive
भाई
gap
मारा है
between
रे.
5th and 6th place.
That's the thing, the artificial
मान्या
barrier
सेफ होना
right
चाहिए,
now.
पता है? मान्या
It's very
सेफ होना
fine
चाहिए.
margin, so many point
मेरे पे map
vacuums
stream
on
नहीं है.
towards the top spots. If Godlike could start it out and really give themselves the best case scenario to bolster their points, could change the flow of things. That's Romeo from Yangon Galacticos, obviously went down very early, had to go for the rotate around and get his team back.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You
Map
got to
sim
make sure you
नहीं है.
hit that recall tower real quick. S2G got to hit
भाई यहाँ
that
पे third party.
blaze though.
सही में हो गया थर्ड पार्टी का.
Getting that thirst.
अरे क्लोजिंग करे,
indeed,
क्लोजिंग
and
कर
you
रहे.
can see Masco. Oh, got that heal off and shuts him
Closing कर दिया है.
down. That is how you do it there. So 7-2-1, making it happen. But you know what else? You guys can make it happen in
Map feed
game
लो. अरे मेरे
with
तक
the
नहीं आया अभी
lucky
तक.
spin that's coming out, guys. Make sure you guys get in there, hit that draw.
अरे घुसे घुसे.
PMWC tournament set.
2v2 है.
Meanwhile, 7-2-1 GS gets a nice knock there on the
Tell when we don't stop ya.
Really looking to shut this fight down. It's a 1v2
Nice
situation.
one.
He gets one.
Nice
There we
लेकिन
go.
उड़ा दिया.
First,
Pure.
and he get the second.
Beautiful scene so
Chale,
far.
killer.
Damage back done onto S-Power, but can the squad still save it? Ooh, quick shot, Jukes. Got to throw the
Oh,
clip.
Ah!
He thought he was
Lay.
off to mantle. but he
W
gets
को
the
मैं
shot.
मार किया.
That had to be an accident
W
right
got-
there. I mean, I'm sure he had his jump and climb split buttons.
उसका
Sometimes we have
glitch
some
हो गया,
people
but
combine
मार
it,
के
but if
अपने
you
लिए
get just a
फायदा है.
little too close, you get that animation jumping up, and you know he was just like,
वाह,
oh,
कसम.
it's over. And
Just
it-
so exposed, no
Yeah.
chance.
Reset
to
भी
fight,
हो गए
bro.
bro.
Oh, that's so tough. So
सौम्या
tough.
ने
But
मारे.
you know what? That
प्योर
is
लिए दो.
great on the side of Godlike. So they take
कल
full
सौम्या थोड़ा
advantage
हल्का
of
था,
it.
आज
Now
भारी
we're
हाथ
seeing the
रखे.
zone pop dead center here. As
आज
TT
भारी हाथ रखे है
Project
भाई ने.
Gonna go ahead and get this right. He's carrying his teammate there. There you go. He's moving off the hill. Effect. Knocking down Aura here. And
और आप ऐसे रिकॉल है.
Jiggle does have an angle, but they should be able to get to
रिकॉल हो गए
safety.
अपने लिए. रिकॉल रिसेट हो गए.
Oh, no fear, never mind. Yeah, no fear on the other end. He's going to go ahead and get his revenge for his teammate there and take out 2 on the side of TT Project.
Yeah, this is far more awkward now. Trapped back just on the rock side towards the coastline. Fis cooking the nade, wants to dash
नहीं
that
हमारा पे
towards
रिकॉल नहीं है
Ophir.
bro. यही है.
Too shallow, few more left
क्या
in the
pure fight है,
inventory
recall
though.
नहीं
They
है,
can try
सारे
and hold him
साथ ही.
back for at least a few more seconds. But they're the ones that are at panic stations. Hora waiting for the opportunity to strike.
Uh-oh.
Fis so low off the engage.
भाई मर जाए हो रहा तो बैठ रही.
Reels them in. He's looking for the flush on it as well.
Oh no, but he
Ora,
jumps
ora, ora.
down into the water. That actually could be
Lab हो
worked
गया
out for
bro
him.
यहाँ.
See if he's going to climb that hill. And it looks like he's trying to find the angle. He does. Here we go.
बेचारा
Now
पानी
they
में
have 2
गिर
different
गया.
angles they can actually fight this from. Evius just says, now I'm jumping down with my teammate. 2v1
Oh,
situation,
nice
but
one,
can't
bro.
hit the shots. And now No Fear is at the advantage. Never mind. What is happening? Shots back and
Nice.
forth, but no
अच्छा
fear.
मारा.
Finally shuts him down.
A nail-biting fight on that one.
अपने वाले reset हुए
They
क्या?
can at least recover. Still
Gaider
have three
भी
of
हो
their
गई,
players
loot
alive
लेके
for
Gaider हो
Hora
गया
as
सौम्या.
well and build off the back of this. And that's 8 Elim points they've racked
बढ़िया
up,
है, zone
leading
भी
the
अच्छा है.
lobby right now.
That's the worst case scenario for this lobby because that's really like the only slot that's available there for the finals, considering how well these other teams did. And Godlike are looking to close the door here nice and early, saying, you know what, if you want to try to get into the finals, you're going to need to win at least a couple
kill मार दिए
games,
bro, 8
we
kill.
got such a point lead. And that is how you start it there. 8 eliminations, full squad up. It's looking good.
क्या बोला था वही बारी है, रोंडो अच्छा जाएगा.
Oh, Romeo.
Reload आ गया.
Sky, run for your life, drive away.
Bike
And it
गया
looks
वो,
like
bike
he
गया.
is going to barely escape that one.
Romeo. Where for
Hora का
now,
2 man loss हो
Romeo?
गया.
On the
सौम्या
bridge,
नौका कोई ना
getting
recall है,
Elims,
recall
but that's
है.
where
कोई
it
issues.
is.
Recall है.
He was looking right at the sky there, and that is
But वो ये कि
Hora.
सौम्या
Now we're
अकेला है
going
तो
to look
ठीक है.
at No Fear, Get Thirsted, Young
Power जा रहे,
Galacticos.
recall देने जा रहे.
Going to actually get into this next game as the circle out where that next
ये
spot's
देखो.
going to be.
Just अभी 1 second के लिए interrupt कर रहा हूँ.
Be where they reach and end this one.
Man, this whole tournament has been so chaotic. You want to avoid the survival stage at all costs. Yeah, it's 6 teams out of 16 moving on from that stage. I'm talking to you, Alpha 7.
VIP
Meanwhile, Team
Vitality का इस बार खत्म
Vitality
है.
getting into it with 7-2-1 GS. They do
मैच
end up
इनका
having
भी
one
खराब
player
गया.
knocked.
अच्छे ऊपर वाली टीम का खराब जा रहा है, बढ़िया है वो.
So strong yesterday. Gonna go out
Vitality भी
early
गई.
here. They didn't get 4 eliminations, but like I said, they can do whatever the heck they want today.
Yeah, this is a quiet one for them. They've already done the hard part.
ऊपर वाली
Fair
टीम
play
का खराब
though,
क्या
mate.
उतना
On the
बढ़िया
other
है.
side of the spectrum, right? Yes, Vitality.
They're out.
Look who's climbing up from the
Revive
depths.
not
This is
to go.
now
Revive,
11
revive.
eliminations they've picked up. Getting over the safety of the threshold so far, Jukes. Maintain this, you could save your tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, that is a perfect start on the side of 7-2-1 GS. And considering that it's in Rondo, right? The chance to really make up for a bad day one, and they're doing it, right? I mean, double-digit eliminations. Now it's all about just getting into that end game. So I want to see them get themselves in a good, solid position.
But Vitality
and
को
just
तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि
focus
उसको
up,
अच्छा खेलना चाहिए.
because
जाना चाहिए. ये
No,
भी
they
बात
really
सही
haven't.
है.
And Dopeness as well. You know, you're down to just the solo.
ऊपर की जो
Couple
पहली टीम है
elims,
उसको
sure,
अच्छा
but it's
खेलना
been
चाहिए.
quiet outside of that. That was the third-party fight that opened things up to allow them to collapse onto it. The replay here is when Dopeness lost a lot of their members up against Vitality. I'm curious, Jukes, as well. I think mechanically yesterday we saw Alpha 7 look very good.
those are the numbers for the past 2 international tournaments. They're
ये बफर आएगा, दिक्कत वो है.
getting tons of eliminations and like 0 placement points. Very low on that end.
मानिया
And
ने
so I
अलग
wanna
से
see
split
them
लेके
get into
zone ले
finally
रखा है.
some late games and show what they can do.
Yeah.
It's just been so difficult lately, especially when you have a few teams just do
मानिया
something
अच्छा
so
zone लेके रखे
insane,
अगर
right?
nice
It's
one रे
wild
zone है.
to see what happened
Zone है,
yesterday.
zone है,
But
zone है.
today's a new
यार,
day.
but वो मानिया
Another
को
team
हटाया
that
है
I
वहाँ
want to
से.
see make something happen is
YG
Tiango.
वाला आ
I
गया.
expected a lot from this squad.
Zone अच्छे
And
है, zone
now
अच्छे.
they are still very far down on the leaderboard. You can see them pushing into that circle from the south side. Let's see if they can make it up here in Rondo.
Zone कह रहे एक ही टीम है अपने एंड पे. बाकी सारी ऑपोजिट है,
For Alpha
ऑपोजिट पूरा
7,
ब्लेंडर है.
their eyes might be lighting up off the back
Pura
of the
बसेरे
recall
opposite.
for Dopeness. They're all parachuting back in relatively close by. Could be a chance for those three to fight with the arena in close proximity.
Godlike not
Far out with Manya. Just up on the ridge side there, supported by the rest of the crew. It was a bumpy early game for Yangon, but after
Yan
that
Babi,
recall, they've been
close.
pretty comfortable, at least on their rotation path.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it worked out well for them, especially considering that they were pretty late in this game because of that recall. It took a long time. But, you know, that's the way this game works. Sometimes those circles just shift and the fights happen in such a perfect way. We're able to sneak your way into the zone pretty clear. It doesn't happen often, so when it does, you got to take advantage of it. And no better place to happen, honestly, in Rondo, right? The game where you can end up with 39 points.
ये एक 4v4 फाइट निकालना है.
It's all about those
तो
big
चिकन आ
finishes.
सकता है, easy आ सकता है.
Curious if there's a chance we get a bit of an extension into each other there with Dopeness.
गन पावर अरे भाई
Right on
no
top
doubt
of
बहुत तगड़ा
Smile.
मार है.
He's the one player that's fragmented off from the 1-3 split they've currently got going. SayCloud further out doing a bit of scouting as well. This is the establishing shot for Tian.
भगा दिया. थोड़ा दूर कर दिया.
Far more set up. We've covered a
Nice,
work with on the
W's.
back of the warehouses. Tian.
अल्लाह डर नहीं रहे bro, मार रहे हैं वो लोग, बढ़िया है वो.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to hold this little valley right here and hold it
टिप
good
पे
for
रुक के
now.
आके नेट
Not
स्पैम
a
करेंगे तो हो
terrible
जाएगा.
spot in this next zone, not the best either, but this is Tianba after all.
टियानबा को
Still
नीचे
pretty
से भी
wild
पड़ेगी
to see
थोड़ा
them
और
down in 12th place,
वाईजी
24
अकिन को
points.
मारेगी.
Very uncharacteristic and unexpected, at least from a lot of people here. You got QZZ, a superstar
टियानबा
that
फंसेगी,
can
बीच में
really,
फंसेगी.
really
देखना.
ring things out. But all it takes is for a lot of these teams,
बाकी भाई लोग ज्वेल्स
one
आने
good
दो.
situation where their backs against the wall and let their gun skill shine. And I mean, I would not be shocked with Tianba, who has 0 points right now. They could end up with 20 very easily here.
72-1 GS as well.
गॉर्डन को होल्ड
Still
करना.
looking to
हाँ,
see
अगर
if they
गॉर्डन
can
होल्ड
squeeze
कर
any
गई.
more points out of this one. Dopeness
फिर आके
taking
मारो.
the hits onto Alpha 7. A bit of a back and forth already. Ravo looking to close the gap as he drives by. Good control. Switching seats and hitting shots as he puts them down. And quite quickly.
Bro, एक बार पोजी देखो
manhandles
क्या लिया है.
Dopeness. They do lose Korea though, so it
एक
will
बार
be a
पोजी देखो क्या लिया.
free
पावर
round
कहाँ
squad
पे,
for the
सौम्या
A7
कहाँ पे,
crew.
अपनी टीम
Yeah,
कहाँ पे.
you can see the
पूरा एरिया
crowd
लेके
is
रखा
showing
है.
off them Revo jerseys. The man, the myth, the legend is here, and he is putting in some work. This is what we needed to see from A7. 8 eliminations so far. You're right. Yeah, Carrillo did get taken out, but for 8 elims, that is a sacrifice that you got to be willing to take. But
W भाई, ये
God's
जो
not
ले
done
रखा है ना
yet. So a
split,
lot
तगड़ा
more
split
work
ले
if you
रखा
want
है.
to make it straight to those finals, and they do get a nice knock there onto Mormon.
ये बफर की मैं बात कर रहा था. ये बफर होगा.
Alpha 7. Looking like they're starting to hit that high tempo.
बस जोन अपने पार का आना
Caught
चाहिए.
whiff of the
जय
arena
माता दी
further
भाई.
back
आने
and
दो
take
एक
pot
जोन.
shots onto them. Meanwhile, before the zone moves, you can see Ida took a
Let's
few shots
go!
over Hustler
Zone
Cross.
it!
The crunch
Zone
in,
it!
Jukes.
That's the crunch in that's going to
Zona
make things
Magia.
interesting. The circle goes to the north side. That's huge on the side of Godlike right here.
Zona
Perfect
Magia,
zone
zone.
shift for them. Taking a look there at the leaderboards so far. This is the problem though, right? I mean, we were so hyped
Tagda
about
zone
Alpha
hai.
7. 9 eliminations. This is a great game, right? The problem is that you're
बस
hunting
एक
down
point
fifth
निकालना है
place.
ETHH
Godlike
के
have
साथ.
8. So you've only closed that gap by 1 point so far.
Try as they might, there's still so much more to do. And even then, during the map feed, we could see like they were getting consistent damage back over to E Arena, so they're not giving up any of this fight. They're still looking like they want to try. They know the win condition, Jukes.
Yeah. This is the problem though, right? If you don't have
भाई
a
लोग
great
like करो,
day
like
one,
करो.
you could have a
Winning
good
it.
solid day 2, but it could be too late,
Yeah.
right? Especially if you see consistency from those top 5 teams. They're going to keep on pushing that point threshold even further and further beyond.
अभी
So
तो भाई
for
अपने
Alpha
kills
7,
हो गए
if you want to
इसलिए
catch up to
होल्ड
top
करके
5,
चिकन
yeah,
मार रहे.
a 10-point game isn't going to be enough. You're going to need a 20 to try and close that gap. So they still are in this game with 3 players up. The problem is that Godlike is as well, so is
ETHH आ रही
every
है.
team that's really
वो
matters.
जोन के बाहर है तो
because
उनको पुश
Vitality,
मारने
no
या तो
one
निकल
catches
जाएंगे
them. They
पूरा
can go
रोटेट
out
मार
early.
के.
But for everybody else still here, it's going to make things interesting.
72-1 GS going in on Alpha 7. They got an opening knock. They want to try and capitalize off it, Jukes. They've swung rounds. That's one tag back over, but it doesn't look like it's going
Fight
well
ही
for
बना
the
रही है,
elimination
fight ही
feed
बना
right
रही है
now.
लोग.
This could be the
बस
downfall of
इनको
Alpha
मारना है.
7.
ये
Seems
fight
like
निकाल
it's
ले,
just a
मजा आ
solo
जाएगा.
remaining, trying to hold on to it. This is the POV.
There we go. We got it now. You can see Guizao trying to get some shots out range, shooting
इन्होंने knock
some
दिया.
vehicles here all
बढ़िया,
over the place,
बढ़िया.
but he gets put in a blender. E Arena, they heard that fight happen, and they came to disrupt
Power ने knock
it,
दिया.
and
Let's
they
go,
really
मार
did. But now you have
अरे,
Galacticos
दूर से
saying,
गए रे Power
you
ने.
want some of that action? We'll take
S2D
some of
बहुत
that
दूर से
as
मारी है.
well, and they take him out.
Cleanup crew plays. Goodbye, E Arena. See you later, Alpha 7.
Kill
Meanwhile,
confirm हुआ.
Godlike have been battling versus ETSH. It's all kicking off around the zone. 72-1 GS. They fought
Power
them
rev हो
cooking
जाएगा.
with gas. Silenced on the clap back
अभी
there.
बहुत easy है bro.
Yank on
उनका
Galacticos.
still knock पड़ा है.
Trying to get them to remember their name, Jukes. They got to say it with their chest.
What an interesting play, honestly. 7-2
तो मैंने
GS,
finish मारा.
15 eliminations, doing so
4v2
good.
है, 4v2
They're
है.
like, yeah, let's go to the spot where we just saw two teams get wiped out immediately. And
और एक दूर से knock finish हो गया. मर गए. Back clear. Let's go Mark. Yes, back clear हो गया.
On the top side, they shut down
पूरा
ETS.
clear है.
Big plays from God.
पूरा zone खाली है, ले लो.
Starts to give them even more energy.
लगा
Meanwhile,
रहे.
this encounter between 72-1 GS
Back
and
clear हो गया.
Yangon Galacticos rages on. Arcs the nades in. Stereo setup, Dukes. Here
आप अभी सब मारो.
Bang, bang, bang! 7-2-1 GS getting punished by
ये देखो zone देखो भाई लोग, zone देखो. सब clear है. जहाँ जाके जगह ले लो बस. 4 man है, back clear है, सब कुछ है.
Inching closer and closer. He's got to hit some shots here to buy himself some time.
Zone भी अपना है, बहुत
Zone
custom.
shift as well, crunching
Let's
in.
go.
It's still good for Godlike.
The crowd
10 kill हो चुके.
the second they
Top
saw
8
that
आ
shit,
चुके.
they're like, that's what I'm talking about. This all survives this.
चलो और एक
he's
team
a
गई.
goner.
Top 7 आ गए.
Yangon Galacticos.
टियान बारी अपने पे, टियान बारी.
Slowly
Fight
but
है.
surely getting their head above water, piecing together some big plays, but Tianba,
Fight
are they
है,
the
fight है,
squad
fight
that
है.
can clash and take this good
Nice
location?
one, Ray Power.
Godlike.
Oh,
Well,
दोनों
this one
बात किया.
has other
दोनों.
ideas, and Adamino also steps up to the plate, leaving two of the Tianba squad down on the deck. This is the push in from Milu. Shotgun, low HP on Godlike, quick shots, but he can't quite find
Nice
it.
Ray. Hey, करो push.
Is shutting down this monster squad. I hear you coming this way. Eat some of these nades, baby. And now QZZ stuck in the blue zone. He's just
कोई
gonna go
दिक्कत
out
नहीं.
here. He's
मारो
gonna
zone से मारो.
deny
मत
the
दो
point. And Godlike
किल नहीं दे रहा, किल नहीं दे रहा.
unstoppable here in this match.
W's mark किया और एक squad भाई. और एक
Do
squad
we
भाई.
need to say more? The energy of the arena here in Paris says enough about the excitement from the plays from Godlike. And like you said earlier,
13 kill bro,
they're
13
all in
kill.
the roost, gifted the angle to stay where they wanted to be with the zone, and Tiamba was the only squad that tried to fight them for it, and they failed.
Hey, you know what? Some people could say that's a lucky shift,
अब
but
तो
a
सब
God
मारो,
like they're
पूरा
making
zone
their
है
own luck
भाई.
here. Tiamba pushed up and they shut that down.
अपना है, chicken अपना है भाई लोग, chicken
dang
अपना है.
fast. Yangon Galacticos, they're in trouble here. They're on that south side. They're outside of the zone. They're getting gate kept by everybody
teams के
down
fight
here.
है.
Now it's
सिर्फ
all up
अपन
to
ही है जो
St.
zone
Cloud
में.
to make a play for his team and try to get these reses. He's going to throw the smoke,
सौम्या ने
but
लिया,
the zone is
knock दिया.
closing. Yeah, St. Cloud's going to be the only one up left.
So low in HP, in a horrible position.
And here comes Blue. And
कंफर्म हो
bye-bye.
जाएगा ब्रो, जोन के बारे कंफर्म हो
Give
जाएगा,
yourself
किला
up
जाएगा
to
भाई.
it. Unless there's a hero play to be
ये
made, it has
वो-
to be something
नहीं,
miraculous.
इधर मिल रहा है,
I
मिल
mean,
रहा
they've got a divot off the back of the damage to the terrain. He could save Romeo with at least non-Shin Red's force attention right now, not being hard stuck on him. I mean, Dukes, it's better than going out.
Got him up, and that does deny the point at least. So if they go down the blue zone, then
जाते जाते
they're
एनएस को
gonna
डैमेज
deny
देके
it
जाना
here.
बढ़िया है,
Romeo
क्योंकि ये जोन
inching
के
up
बारे
a
में
little,
वैसे
he's
भी.
gonna try to make a play though. Here he goes.
तो
Throws
मैंने
some
knock
nades
दिया.
out. Gets knocked there. And so easy said, yeah, no, I'm getting
guess
that
kill confirm
confirmation. I
किया.
need those points.
नहीं हुआ.
Just say Cloud left them.
सौम्या पागल हो गया है
Some
ब्रो.
utility left to work with as he
मार रहे.
throws in that nade. Zone eating away at him. I mean, it's good chip damage, and it's even making it more enticing for Godlike to take pot shots at him. He's just trying to buy time.
Get a little bit of extra placement. The problem is though that the second
क्या भाई,
can't
ठीक है,
even get
बंदा
that
मर
heal
गया.
off. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, so his play zone is going to take out Yangon Galacticos there. As Nongshim Red Force are the team holding the south side, but Godlike are just spreading their wings here, saying it's time. We want all these.
Bro,
eliminations.
zone
Let's
अच्छा
shut
लिया है,
down
SUG
this
को
game
मारना है.
in some beautiful fashion.
844
How
बात
far
खत्म.
can they take it? A quieter approach to things from S2G on this one. Non-Shin playing it smart, playing their cards close to their chest. But they
पोज़ भी
suffered
अच्छी है,
a fair
पोज़ भी
bit of
बहुत
damage
अच्छी है,
off
but
the
ये यानी
back
कि
of
अपने
being
पे दो
pinned
नहीं
into
मारी.
this position, being shot
Left
at from
से.
two angles. Whereas Godlike, they've just been ruling the roost, Jigs.
I mean, they got a baker's dozen already. They're looking real good. 13 eliminations. And look at this, finding those tight
Knock नहीं
angles,
होना है, अपना
tight
कोई भी
peaks.
knock नहीं होना है.
They know this game's in the bag here. It's literally Godlike's game to lose. Let's see if they can close it out, though. That's always going to be the question.
गड्ढा बना रहे हैं, यहाँ पे नॉक दे सकते हैं.
Oh,
अगर स्मोक
knock
स्पिन
shipper
पे कमी
there.
होगी
They
ना.
are toast, dude.
अभी
They're
knock दे
forced to
सकते
run out in the wide open.
अभी
No
easy knock
smokes
दे सकते
available.
दो
And
knock
man,
दिए.
they just
तीन.
get deleted. Godlike
Last रह गया, last
sucking
रह
up
गया.
all these eliminations. If you're not
यार,
Red
एक kill
Force,
दे दे भाई.
honestly, it's really
और
interesting
दो
to
kill
see
आ गए
them
अपने
kind
को.
of go for
W's
this
में आ गया.
strategy here.
एडमिनो
as
के
they're going to
6
be feeding a lot of
5
points on the
6
side
वाह
of
कसम
Godlike. And that is 16 on the day. Then Group B's rondos have just been ridiculous.
यार ये किल गया
Yeah, we've not
Pure
seen anything like
44.
it, man.
पोजी अच्छी है, हाई
Crazy
ग्राउंड है,
games. As you'd expect,
ठीक
not
है
shit. They had no
हाई ग्राउंड है,
pathway
पोजी
back
अच्छी
in
है,
to try and vie for contest this game. So the last man falls.
सब है ब्रो
And
अपने
this is
पे.
what it comes down to. STG versus Godlike. They had a bit of a scouting play. They found this duo of Manya up towards the top side. Might want to actually collapse on it.
Close
Lost
आ
goes
गया
in
यार.
quick. S-Power cooking the nade.
Look,
Good
yeah.
chip damage from Manya. Switches to the shotgun. Baits them in. He wants to
Nahi.
fight, and the nade from
Nice
S-Power
one, Ray.
once again is a delight for this roster as they are sending reverberations throughout the Qiddiya
Nade
City
से बच.
grid.
Nice Ray Power. W mark किया.
S2G.
S-Power is just insane. He's been throwing heat-seeking missiles.
4v2 है मार्क किया 4v2. ले मार्क कसम लास.
Full 4v4. S2G tried to catch a couple
Beef
of
kill
players off
chicken.
guard, but it's S-Power.
Beef
baby.
kill
You can't
chicken.
shut him down that easy.
30 का बॉम्बर, 30 का बॉम्बर.
And you cannot silence Godlike in this moment. Adamino for the closing play. As Godlike
Let's go.
take this chicken to
Let's
the
go.
knees.
30 बॉम्बर bro.
That is how
Domination.
you do it here, folks. And
Domination
you
है,
can see the look on their
domination.
faces saying,
Steve
"Give me
Bomber."
some noise, Paris. It's
Oh,
Godlike's
bhai.
time to shine.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया.
The energy of this
Oh.
arena says enough
Secure कर
about the
लिया.
excitement and the plays that this team has been making, and they deserve
Steve.
One slot that looked
खतरनाक मार है.
like it was available. The top four looking very
W's
far
भाई
away,
रुकना
very
नहीं चाहिए.
out of reach.
Flex
Godlike
रुकने
saying,
नहीं
"You know
चाहिए.
what? Let's just
आने
shut
दो.
that door right here and right
Full
now.
blocks जाने
This
दो.
top five is locked, right? Now,
बाप रे.
at the same
पहले
time,
गेम में ही मचा
also,
दिया
there's
bro.
still quite a few games left here, right? You gotta have put up consistent points, but if those top
खतरनाक भाई
five do
खतरनाक.
that, it may just
Movement
be
बना दिया.
too far to reach.
That's the scary bit, right? Is obviously some of the other squads that were above the teams that were looking to climb.
Bro.
They fell out pretty early there. Like Vitality not getting a great
सौम्या
game.
ने मारा है, पावर ने मारा है, एडमिनो ने मारा है, मानिया ने अपना दिमाग लगाया है, प्रॉपर जोन दिलाया.
Mid-portion teams, you want to get into finals? Yeah, good luck. You might just have to go to
भाई
survival.
क्या
I
किया
mean, even
मजा आ
on a
गया.
team like Alpha 7, who was doing great this game, right? They had
मजा आ
a good
गया भाई,
solid
मजा आ
amount
गया.
of eliminations, but
ये
at the
क्या
end of
fight
the
निकाली
day,
है 4v4.
you know, you could put up a 15-point game. If the team you're hunting down puts down 16, you did nothing. As a matter of fact, now you're behind a point, right? So that's what it all
Bye,
comes down
bye,
to
bye,
at the end
bye.
of the day. It takes full
W's कर दो भाई लोग,
consistency
W's कर दो.
in both days.
Let's go.
And look at that. I mean, they just basically said, hey,
भाई
bring
need
it,
on
baby.
point,
Good
spray on
luck.
point.
Try catching us now.
Backup on point, zone on point.
Pulling ahead.
सारी चीजें on point थी.
Everyone's blowing up. You can hear the
Let's go,
excitement,
bhai.
bro.
Like
It's
करो,
insane the
subscribe
energy
करो.
we've got here right now at EWC. And
भाई
it's a
कर दिया.
spectacle
सिस्टम
to
हैंग कर दिया.
behold.
दो टीम आ रही
You come
इंडिया की.
in to what was an explosive day yesterday of sheer talent, unexpected results,
मार
crazy
किया,
circles.
crazy कर दिया
And then
bro.
we start to run it back all over
Crazy
again.
कर दिया.
Oh, that is how you do it right there, guys. Let's get it going here. We got some
30
more
point.
action
तो अपन
coming
कितने
up
आगे?
in just a bit.
Here at PMWC at EWC 26, we have many activities that we can do before the games,
अपन कितने पॉइंट पे
in
गए
between
बजे?
the games, and after the games. And I think Max is there currently
67.
doing something. So let's see if maybe we can go in and give him a bit of a challenge.
अपन अभी टॉप 2 के लिए सिर्फ
He
3 पॉइंट से दूर है.
just Absolutely.
सिर्फ
ate
3
it.
पॉइंट.
Max, come over here, Max.
ऐसे ऑल ओवर 4 आ गए.
No. I think you've been training. Let's do a
67
1v1.
points है.
Pick a spot somewhere over here. If you make
अभी
it, I'll try to match the
3
shot.
पॉइंट पे
Wreck you. Oh,
ऊपर
let's
हो
see if we can
जाएंगे.
actually do this.
5
All
मैच
right,
में
come on
30
now.
पॉइंट निकाल लिया, बात खत्म.
Okay, all right, on the X. Let's see if it's gonna go in.
I checked the math. The best way to throw a basket
भाई
is
सिस्टम हैंग
actually
कर
the
दिया
granny
भाई.
shot like this.
बाकी भाई लोग लाइक करो.
Let's see
सर
if it's gonna
मिलके
happen.
20,000 लाइक कर दो
Oh
एंड
my,
सब्सक्राइब कर
okay,
दो.
you know what? I'll give it a chance.
I'm just giving you a chance right now.
Okay.
भाई लहरा दिया, झंडा लहरा दिया.
Okay,
तगड़ा.
come on. Mr. 7WG in the court. Yeah, the granny shot. From behind.
मैं एक भी
No
देखता हूँ
way,
लाइट
Jose.
की है.
That was
एक
terrible.
सेकंड
Wait,
ब्रो.
he's cheating. You just got 2 in a row. That was actually not bad.
That was close. We're getting closer and closer. We're gonna keep on practicing, and we'll see if maybe one of us can make the shot. Come on, Max, you gotta make at least one for us. Okay, well, we'll keep on practicing our skills. back to more PMWC at EWC 26.
हेलो लाइट गई है थोड़ा मैं बैकग्राउंड डल कर रहा हूँ.
We were there for every click, every clutch. And we're here.
एक वीडियो वीडियो ऑन टॉप.
Proud founding partner
Yes.
of EWC.
अभी तो भाई डिसेंट खेलना है,
Powering the biggest
प्रॉपर्ली
event in
खेलना है, हो
gaming.
जाएगा.
Shoulder to shoulder with the world's
ये
best.
डबल ग्रुप है,
Making
इसमें
history.
30 बॉम्बर और
Greatness deserves a stage.
जैसे वाला हाँ ना भाई.
Lenovo Legion.
यहाँ
Reach
पे
your
सब
impossible.
लोग मारामारी गेम प्ले, उसके अंदर अपनी टीम मारी है भाई. दिया है, प्रॉपर्ली दिया है. आने दो भाई लोग, ज्वेल्स आने दो, नॉन स्टॉप ज्वेल्स आने दो. भाई मजा आ गया. पहले गेम में क्रेजी कर दिया भाई. पहली गेम में गॉडलिक लेवल गेम प्ले दिखा दिया. भाई वो तगड़ा खेली नहीं, वहां क्या बहुत तगड़ा खेल ली. हॉट ड्रॉप से लेके एंड तक मारा 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 है. जोन लिया मारा है, जोन लिया मारा है. प्रॉपर्ली वैसे किया है. आओ गन पावर दिखाया ना, माँ की आंख. गन पावर भी ऑन टॉप रहे, बट मेन क्या था पता है, मान्या ने जो दिमाग लगाया ना, जो जोन दिलाया है, वो सबसे मेन था, टर्निंग पॉइंट था. जो स्प्लिट्स रखे थे, जैसे एडमिनो को एकदम कोने में डाल दिया, पावर को आगे रख के, दो लोग साथ में थे, वो सबसे मेन टर्निंग पॉइंट था. बाकी अपने बंदों ने मारे, तीनों एसोल्टर ने दिया है था बाकी, मान्या ने अपना दिमाग लगाया. मजा आ गया भाई. क्या बोल रहे भाई, तारीफ करो थोड़ी.
My goodness, what a performance we just saw out of that squad, controlling the north and absolutely smacking everybody.
Yes, this is what we wanted to see from them. Let's go. Some really, really good stuff, right, Max?
Aane
I mean,
do,
we just
taarif aane
saw
do.
so much from this team. The 2-2 split we were talking about, listen, a really nice 2-2 split coming off through there. Really good stuff coming in. I want to say STG did make the right call going for the duo on the north because it was the high ground, it was cut off, but sending an extra player from Godlike up to there to defeat, to defend, to get those nades, some excellent nades coming in from them. A very well-deserved win coming in from Godlike.
I mean, in particular, when talking about grenades, Somme, oh my goodness, some of the fights he was taking inside of Neox factory, he put a nade like literally on 2 extra floors up in that building, and he just gets it on that player up there. It was incredible stuff from Somme, Admino. No eliminations coming out from Manyab. He was like the RTS master, just putting his troops where they need to be to get that chicken dinner. So great IGLing, great fragging power, and of course, they're getting a total of 20 limbs on Rondo. Oh my goodness, they're here to play.
Impressive stuff there out of Godlike. You might be wondering why we're comparing them with 7-1 GS, because this squad needed to make sure they got out of the bottom 3, and they were able to do just that, Lace.
Yeah, I mean,
Zone
they're
lena wo sabse main
clearly
काम था,
understanding the
वो कर लिया.
assignment today. They had a 2.1 average point day yesterday. So, you know, this is clear. This is clear that they had to do this. They cleared that eastern side, transitioned smoothly into the middle of zone with 8 eliminations. No team casualties is a massive turnaround for this team. Then, to cut the head of the snake, taking down Vitality is a huge power play. And I mean, this was a crucial 15 eliminations that they added to their tally to put them in 11th spot.
Yeah, that's going to be a massive push. They started the day in 15th place. A team that needs those points. Godlike as well. With this, Godlike moving even closer and closer to the finals as we take a look at the match ranking here. Hora Esports, I mean, we'll get a chance to talk about Yangon Galacticos in a bit, but Hora Esports continuing to be consistent as well with that fragging power we know they're capable of.
Yeah, very happy about Hora Esports right now. We saw Nofik get some really good fights from their side. Unfortunately, at the end, didn't have the numbers to really defend against Yangon Galacticos going for their crossing over. But I want to highlight one team that's very important here in terms of storylines at the bottom of the rankings. It's 7-2-1 GS Esports. They worked up massively here on Rondo. 15 eliminations, 1 placement point, which is okay, sure, but overall 7-2-1 doing a massive push to get rid of that bottom 3 slot.
Finals में चार was just talking about as well with Alpha 7. Alpha 7 ends up getting those 9 eliminations. This is good for this squad, but one thing that we need to point out is those teams that they were trying to hunt down for the top 5, they were still alive.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit interesting to see how it goes into the next couple of games with this. I do want to say one thing though, as A7, much better already today than yesterday, for me at least. I mean, they had better presence, there was more just meaning behind their splits. That 1-3 split coming in,
Oh,
the
man, MVP
intel
bhai.
was better. It just felt like a team that had a lot more synergy than they did yesterday. So
MVP
definitely
और
very
what हो
excited
चुका है
to see what we
सौम्या
got
ये
coming
गेम
in
का
for A7.
Yeah, I mean, they had better scouting today.
कितना डैमेज
So you
था
could-
मैं एक सेकंड लिए रोक रहा हूँ डैमेज कितना
Felt
था
like a team that had a lot more synergy than they did yesterday. So definitely very excited to see what we got coming in for A7.
Yeah, I mean, they had been this a little bit more than yesterday.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
we had an awesome interview with them. They said they were natural pros.
अरे यार वो स्किप हो गया डैमेज कितना था भाई लोग देखा क्या
But this is
आपने देखा ये डैमेज कितना था
the
7 किल थे
aggressiveness that we expect
उसने बहुत नॉक
from our
दिए ब्रो
Brazilian
मैं
team.
अप्रोक्स
That
बताऊं ना
Brazilian team is going to be looking for me because I did
Oh.
end up losing an instrument. You know what? I'll join you guys.
1100 के करीब डैमेज होगा बहुत नॉक दिए उसने
स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो चैनल को
They're going to be looking for me. It's going to be hard for me to get out here. Have a good strategy here and a team
मारा
that
है
needs
भाई
it
उसने
is
बहुत
the
नॉक दिए
defending
ब्रो बहुत
champions
नॉक
of
दिए उसने
BMW.
Team that was, I would say, a little bit more passive towards the very later stages of this game, but actually ahead of that, their rotations from the western side, able to cross that bridge against the side of 4 buildings to get the high ground for themselves.
1600 डैमेज था भाई
Natura, do me a favor, grab the mic from him so he can
सिम
actually
रुकने नहीं
use
चाहिए
both
भाई
hands.
मैं
And
वही
if you
चीज
want to,
ट्राई
yeah,
कर
put the mic.
I need to talk about attention the Yangon Galacticos got for free because of that insanely good scouting. It's going to be here, and this is like a 2-tiered parking slot that they're going to be playing, which is high ground position and literally the entirety of the circle. But before that rotation, they had a scout that was actually over here in this position. Rotation into that compound. The scout, it's a lot of microphone. The scouting was just on point. I wish they were just more aggressive later on, but in terms of the rotation in the early to mid game stage, Yangon still.
Baby, and you still got it too.
4 पॉइंट है ना 3 पॉइंट पे इक्वल हो जाएगा 4 पे ऊपर जाएंगे
surrounding you, but for this squad, we need to continue to see that proactiveness. We need to continue to see everything that we're seeing out of them to maintain themselves closer or within the top 5. Because right now, E-Arena has been a team that has been slowing down a lot. They started off hot, and they are currently in 5th place.
I mean, just to give you guys a recap, we saw
67.
complete control from E-Arena on Rondo yesterday. Started at Stadium, continued at Stadium. But from today, starting on 3 eliminations. I mean, you know,
Next
just
channel के
down
watching.
to
बढ़िया है भाई,
support,
बढ़िया है.
but
W's.
it seems like they're not
3
showing
lakh
their
watching.
presence
अपनी
that they
40
did
पकड़ो.
yesterday. Obviously, still kind of
34,
maintaining that nice
sorry,
average to
340
keep
की.
them above that line. But this is something
अपने
you
Indian
know, we
numbers देखो
expected
बस.
coming
All over
especially
सबका
from this
calculate
map,
करके Indian
that they
numbers
would have
देखो.
been taking charge of everything.
Yeah, and we're looking now
5
at the
लाख
new
पकड़ के
bottom
चलो
3. The
क्योंकि
new
बहुत लोग
bottom
कर रहे
3,
होंगे watch parties.
Dopeness, ETSH, Hustler Crew, Dopeness. I know that squad. It hasn't been
All over
looking
अगर
good, and
देखने
now
जाओ
they're
ना
in
तो
the bottom
peak
3.
watching अपने Indian esports की हुई 5 लाख पकड़ के
because like
चलो.
they're one of the only teams that didn't hot drop on Rondo, right? Everybody went into Neox
It's
except
about
for a few,
Team
and
India.
Dopeness was
समझ
one
रहे
of
हो?
them. I want to see more from that. Maybe a hot drop. Maybe a hot drop.
I'm actually not super hopeful about them because their
अपने
best game yesterday was on
craze
Rondo.
है, craze
Today
है
they
भाई.
did nothing on their map.
Well,
इतने
can
सालों
Dopeness
बाद
maybe turn
domination
around
देखने मिल
today
रहा है भाई.
as we're going to be sending it
International
over
stage
to the first Erangel of the final
भाई
day
वो
for
देखो.
Group B. Hot Jukes, Jackie, take it away.
साला अपन तरसते थे कि भाई वहाँ टीम जाके किल करी. भाई चिकन मार रहे बैक टू बैक.
Let's get it going here. And I like what the desk was talking about, right? They're
Grind
talking
का
about
है,
the
ये
new
सारा नतीजा
bottom
grind का है.
three, you know, and
समझ
I
रहे
think
हो?
that's where our eyes are going to definitely be on here for the rest of the day, because unless these teams in the mid-pack do something crazy consistently, we may not see a new top 5
Let's go.
for a
Next
minute
match शुरू
here,
हो रहा है
because
इरेंगल.
there is already
जय
a
माता दी. भगवान एक और
between
सीधा फाइनल्स करवा दो और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. Nothing. जय माता दी. Let's go. शुरू करते another match.
Yeah, it's feeling really defined already, right? That's kind of what we were talking about, the downtime between last game and this
Let's
one.
go, let's go. Jai
So
Mata Di.
effectively, yeah, you've got to just keep your eyes locked in at who's in the bottom right now. That's the biggest area of movement we're looking at, where realistically there is chances for some teams to save what could have otherwise been a really rough run in Group B. That top dog,
Decent points, Ajay Kapi.
jigs and things get spicy. I feel like they've just looked so consistent. They've looked so hardy. It's going to be really rough to push them out of this position.
It's going to be tough indeed,
Anya
but if
full
you're
leg
going to go
bike
ahead
grind
and
kiya
make
hai.
it happen, it's most likely going to happen on Erangel. So here we go, folks. Match number 2 of Group B. Final day of the groups, right? We still have survival stage coming
Let's
up.
go भाई लोग सिर्फ और सिर्फ
It's
अभी
all come down
30-35
to
points
this.
चाहिए बात
Yeah,
खत्म
15-point gap. Now, you know, mathematically, for all you guys watching, you're like, hey, come on, it's 15 points. It can still happen, right? And it definitely can. The issue is
ये तो दिखा दिया
the
पीछे
fact that
बाकी
the
है
top
ब्रदर
five
ये
teams
पीछे
are
रे
still gonna get points, right? So,
फाइनल्स
if
में
we
धमाल
see the
मचाने
top five put up 5 points here, that's now a 20-point gap, right?
ड्रॉप प्लेट्स ना ले तो बढ़िया है
honestly,
भाई
I
आराम
think
से
if
खेलो
you are in that 6th place on
कोई
down,
गया ही नहीं
I wonder what the coaches are saying, right? I think if it's you're gonna
I
have to
don't
start
drop less
really
lyric.
talking about guys like a regular game is no longer okay.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where I just be like, look, guys, I want to let's cut our losses. Just go for a hard drop. Do something. We've got to just
Do
try
something,
something.
yeah,
If we can starve them from getting no points, I believe in Paris that'd be nil point. Well, there you go. Check that one, Max Man. Let me know. Yeah, if you can actually just target them, deny them physically even being able to play one battleground here, just starve them out for a game. Maybe you've got a chance. But yeah, like you say,
और क्या जोन गया रे
Probably not going to be
कोई जोन में ही
ideal.
नहीं है
This ain't normal though, bud. We're getting these circles again.
Are you
कोई जोन
kidding
में
me?
नहीं है
Here we go again. Southern Playing Path. Super
थोड़ा सा वॉल्यूम
Northern
कम कर रहा हूँ
Circle.
थोड़ा सा
You know, I would normally be like, team vitality, ain't too happy about that.
89
But yeah,
90
again,
कट ऑफ
like,
भाई
probably know
देखने
what's
जाओ ना
happened
तो
today,
जो
pretty much no
फिफ्थ
matter
स्लॉट है
what.
उसके पॉइंट्स बहुत कम है
They're good
वैसे
with this one, but this could be a good opportunity, right, for the rest of the lobby
भाई अपना
to make
ड्रॉप
something
पे
happen
गाड़ियां
here.
है
Now,
क्या
one of the
अपने पे
teams that
ये अपन उतर
desperately
चुके हैं
want
गाड़ियां
to
होनी
is
चाहिए निकलने के लिए
Galacticos. Okay, they're in 6th place with 46 points. They're right there below that
इमेजिन
cutoff,
जॉनी वॉच पार्टी
and
करे तो
this is not
अरे
the
ब्रदर
best circle
सबसे
for them
मेन
at
चीज
all.
ये है कि अपने को वॉच पार्टी करने मिल
far
रहे
harder of a
प्लीज आप ये
rotation,
नंबर
obviously
से
something they're
मत
quite
करो
comfortable with in terms of
सपोर्ट
the
करो
location,
एंड
but
प्यार
like
दो
you say,
सबको
having to
प्यार
make
दो
that whole
नो डाउट
run
जॉनी
is
करता
gonna be
तो
brutal
नंबर्स
for them.
अनबिलीवेबल
We've got
होते
something
बट
that's going to be very
अपने
exciting
को
for
परमिशन
all
मिली है
of the
अपन कर रहे हैं यही
viewers.
सबसे बड़ी बात
And
है
it's
परमिशन
gonna
ना मिली होती तो तुम लोग
be
ऑफिशियल
that
दिख रहे
Naruto
होते
skin.
तो आप
That's right,
यही
guys. Join that
मजे
Uzumaki
मनाओगी तो
Naruto
हमारे
event.
साथ दिख पाए
Get that
समझ रहे हो
Nine Tails Yuri all.
अरे भाई भागो
Put your
बंदे
hands on that bad boy, 'cause the AUG is OP.
उस मार दिया
And you're gonna do it in style. We're here, but oh, look at this.
नहीं
Oh,
नाइस रे बट यार बंदे आ रहे हैं उसके लूट
He
करके
put up a fight. But
मार तो दिया
Godlike, man, I'm telling you, these guys
स्काई भाग जा भाई
are just
नहीं है
having
नहीं
a
एक ही है
phenomenal
स्काई
day.
है वो
It's
भाग
wild
रहे
to see 39 points in Rondo on day 1.
लेट्स गो खाता खोल दिया रे ऑल अरे फियर ही नहीं है ब्रो नो फियर गेम प्ले चल रहा है
No, he certainly had the upper echelons of Rondo gameplay.
नो फियर गेम प्ले
It
चल
looked
रहे
super exciting in some of the instances.
नहीं
we've
बाजू
been
में कोई नहीं है
gifted
निकल जाएंगे
over
इजी निकल
yesterday
जाएंगे
and today. The ideal scenario, like you touched on there for Godlike, right? Come back in swinging once again.
साला
Target some
नो
of these
फियर
squads.
चल रहा है ब्रो
The only
अब
benefit to
सेफली
that
निकल
is if you're
जाए
playing with a
अपने ड्रॉप पे
three-man
पहुंच
squad
जाए
for
लूटने
Horo.
के
If
लिए
this is a bit more of a weakened knee, there's a chance where obviously Godlike thinking, right, we can try and lap them, push ourselves further into the safety net. Helps them out. The other teams not so much. Still got to be
मेरे
a
को लगा
far
था यहाँ से
better
निकल
game.
जाएंगे बट नहीं एक बंदे पे डाल ही दिया उन्होंने
Man, I tell you, if I'm any of these other teams in this lobby and I see Godlike already starting off with elimination, I'm like, oh, this is not good. You know, like we're
कुछ लोग
they're
नंबर
already
अरे
getting
ब्रदर
hot
आप अपना
off the
नजरिया
rip.
बदलो
That's
किसी को
gonna
कमेंट
make
नहीं है
things tough.
वो वही होते हैं कि
So
नजरिए
I'm
नजरिए
talking
की
about
बात
Young
तुम
Galacticos
कौन से
all
वे
the
में
way
देख
down
रहे
to Tianba. It still freaks me out to see Tianba down in 13. I had them as a lock for top 5 here.
कोई कमेंट नहीं करता
That's
सब
gonna
अपनी
make
अपनी जगह पे
the
सही है अपनी
survival
जगह पे
stage
अच्छा कर
that much more interesting, though, right? I mean,
थोड़ा अभी गेम भी आया गेम
we're
एंजॉय करो ना
sure,
भाई
right? She was happy to see some movement from Alpha 7. I am as well, but you got to look at the reality of things, right? Like that game was good, but it did nothing. It really didn't do anything when it comes to them trying to make it into top 5, purely because of how good our top 5 teams did.
No, that's the kind of the rough part about it. It's what we've been saying from the games we saw yesterday as well, where mechanically they're making the right moves. You know that they're damn talented as individuals as well. They're playing
like
off each
करो
other
भाई लोग,
nicely.
like
It looks
करो.
like comms looking far cleaner in moments of chaos, but that only goes so far. If you're not able to get yourself to a
भाई
good position,
TRF में सब
constantly
इंस्पेक्टर
fighting
पोस्टेड और
heads and
ड्यूटी के
tails to
साथ
get
साथ
even
गेम
a
देख के
reasonable
मजा आ गया
compound, a
आग
reasonable
लगा दी लॉन्डो
location
ने
in the
मैं
zone,
तो
man.
स्पोर्ट्स पे चार्ज
Just feels like we're coming in doing this on hard mode, realistically.
Literally.
लव यू एंड स्टे
I mean,
ब्लेस्ड
that's the one thing I
अनुज
noticed
भाई
here, it especially
रिस्पेक्ट है आपको
in
बाकी कैसे हो
PMWC
वेलकम वेलकम टू
live
स्ट्रीम
here in
एंड अपनी
Paris.
मचा कर रही
is good games are
आपका
good
साथ
and
है
all,
आपका
right?
प्यार है
But the thing
मचा
is
रहे भाई
the
लोग
teams at the top of the leaderboards, they're not
चले
doing good games special. They're doing something that we've never seen before, and you just can't compete with that, right? Just good isn't good enough here at this stage. If you want
मेंशन वगैरह लूट रहे रे
you gotta
मेंशन
break records. You gotta do
Filter.
something special.
प्लेयर मिल जाएगी लग रहा है
I think it's spot on. It's what we've seen. The quality of competition has raised to a new level.
भाई लोग W's for
These are going to be
Anuj sir.
terrifying squads to have back when we get all the way through towards finals.
Anuj भाई का
It's a
welcome
conversation
करो.
for another time, though.
Yangon Galacticos taking some shots over onto S2G. A bit of a sleeper squad to the previous game. Gave a good run of things, all things considered, with how they
सब इंस्पेक्टर होते हुए भी भाई e-sports को लेके प्यारे
away.
यही सबसे बड़ी बात.
Crossing his fingers, thinking maybe there's a chance, maybe I can get picked up. Just don't give Mane another knock for free.
रैव नहीं हो पाएगा क्या?
That's the worst
बहुत
case.
दूर है रे, रैव नहीं हो पाएगा.
I already know what he's telling his teammates.
Sorry, रैव हो जाएगा, बहुत दूर है. Sorry.
Let's go. Galacticos take so much time to do this because this is on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, they're not on the mainland. They've got a long way to go as well. You got a lot of attention from them, at least looking back over towards the coast. I mean, Smile's in a position where potentially
It's
got the shot off again, so a re-knock onto Kamikaze. Smile's advancing. This could be really bad.
I don't like this fight at all, personally. It just doesn't make any sense to me because if you're S2G, you're in 7th place, 45 points, right? In the next circle, like I get you're trying to hunt down 4 eliminations, but that's not enough, right? In order to get into that top 5, it's chicken dinner time. So putting yourself behind positioning wise is just not worth it. I think at this point, just leave this fight, go into the circle, try to get into that end game.
The side of the bridge, so Kamikaze can at least keep himself safe for now and try and catch him off guard, peeking from the other angle. Is like the escape plan. But yeah, it's super elongated battle between these two. Burning through so many of your early reserves as well, just trapped, just sitting pretty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I get it. You're really committing for 4 eliminations here. But again, you're more than 15 points behind 5th place. So it's an interesting play.
Zone shift
Who knows, right? S2G could get these 4 limbs, run into circle, catch a lucky third party, and it could work out. But at the end of the day, that zone goes even more north.
High ground अपने पे.
Strategy's looking more grim.
High ground पूरा अपने पे. High ground से low जाना easy है. And अपने पे high ground मिल सकते हैं, स्टेलबर वगैरह पूरे खाली.
In terms of the standards, so like they're super heavily convinced about this being worth it. But you can see the difference of a team like Vitality. They've gone, right, it's time to go. There's no one on our bridge. Let's get out of here safely.
Zone गया रे.
I just imagine like Team Vitality, the comms right now, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, la 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 la, we're good. You know, like, oh, why don't we just take a look at Pachinki? You know, what? You guys need anything else? An extra energy drink? Anything like that?
Sorry, teams यहाँ भाग रही.
So solid on the leaderboard is ridiculous.
Center again भाग रही.
Oh, here we go.
push आ गया.
Big fight here. 7-2-1 GS. Get into it, Tianba. QTZ. Turn around with the shotgun. Gets a couple of hit markers, but it's not good enough. Gonna have to make a play. Oh, but
थोड़ा choke हो गया.
Tianba.
22 से खींच गया bro.
Eliminated and another huge start.
2 मार दिए भाई.
Good out for 7 as well.
Underrated करने भाई.
Eyes on this with Wolves also right on top of them. The dinner bell's been rung, Jukes, and this is what we're expected to see. What's going on? Alpha 7.
The aggression is ramping up. I think they listen to their coaches. They're like, we have to fight early. We need tons. Battling it out with A7. A7 down to a single player. It's disaster for the Brazilian team.
Man, I need to see that one back from their POV, Jukes.
और अभी आगे थर्ड पार्टी मार रहे हैं. आगे चली आएगी. Already वो man loss है.
Alpha 7 just with
भाई ये क्या चल रहा है bro?
It felt like they had seized an opportunity to attempt a third party onto
No
that
knock
squeeze
push
of
चल
points,
रहे.
but it all blows up in their face, literally.
No knock push चल रहे.
Oh, such a rough finish for A7. Down to just
ये क्या बन
obscure
गया?
here. Really fortunate on the side of 7.
अबे ये कौन सा हट बन गया है bro?
In that last game, and if they do good on this one, should
जाओ
put
अंदर
them
से.
in a really
Cameraman है
good
भाई.
position to at least make it to the survival stage. And who knows, right? I mean, with a good chicken dinner here, could even possibly get them a little closer to that top 5. We'll have to see how Irina, Godlike, do in this game. But now we're just going to see Alpha 7. Yeah, Obscure just...
ने पीछे NS आ गई है. High ground लिया है अपने बंदों ने. ये देखो. High ground लिया है, ऊपर टीम आ गई है.
You see the migration from S2G that did abandon.
भाई कहाँ से जली भाई लेके आए कहाँ तक ले आए?
Here's the replay. Okay, so this is it. It looks like it was the teammate that I imagine on the bounce.
Oh,
no!
पहले खुद के टीममेट को मारा, खुद मर गया.
Like you just trapped in a building. What's
मेरी टीम मर गई.
The strafe with a nade. Oh man.
Those windows used to be bigger. I think that's what it was.
ओए आज तो zone क्या प्यारा आ रहा भाई.
You gotta thread that needle. You know what I'm saying?
क्या प्यारा zone है.
It didn't. It wasn't really a needle. It was a whole window. But you know what? It happens. It happens. You're under pressure. You got vehicles driving up on you. You're trying to make it to the finals, and just one little misplay. You get punished. Yesterday we saw the Wolves, right, flip a car and get taken out because of it, and that just goes to show at this high level, one tiny mistake could be meaning going to the finals or going home.
Didn't expect that one. As well.
भाई लोग अपने grind कर रहे. बहुत तगड़ा
grind कर रहे. Hopefully off the back of the team now.
वो लोग कर लेंगे इंटरनेशनल तक पहुंच जाएंगे. वो लोग क्या अपन लोग भाई? वो लोग क्यों बोल रहा हूँ मैं? अपन लोग पहुंच जाएंगे साथ में.
So early. We're going to see them in the bottom three, most likely here after this game alone. I mean, you got Dopeness only 1 point away from passing them up. ETSH are still up with 4. Hustlers Crew are up with 3. So one of the favorites going into this lobby who, in my opinion, QZZ is one of the best players in the world. To see them struggle so hard in Group E is just shocking for me. Let's look over here at E-Arena, who are going to have the warehouse near Severny. This is a really solid position. No matter where the zone goes, they're going to have a lot of real estate to be able to drive to there. So let's see how they decide to defend against it. It's not even that easy to press up on.
TT on the quick rotate. Last remember from Alpha 7 there in Obscure, down on the deck. And they're getting themselves into the zone. Fortunate path forward, and thankfully haven't been popped off by any of the teams in these positions. Although maybe that will change with no fear. Chip damage, Dukes, but not enough.
Put some shots downrange, and everyone's just playing keep away. Say, hey, no, someone's here. Do not full send it onto my building, please, and thank you. Oh, Wolves, okay. Nice name there on the 721 GS. That's a huge fight. That's 10th and 11th place going at it. But it looks like they are just within little nade range. Not fighting it out just yet. Now we're gonna look at Godlike. Okay, Godlike mighty close here to Galacticos.
ये है ना ये डिफेंडिंग पावर बहुत तगड़ा है अपना.
Young Galacticos want any of this.
इसको पावर को क्या बोलते हैं तुम लोग? वो एस कुछ तो बोलते ना.
Mormon catches Slonic. Oh, the Wolves looking
0-0-0
here.
इतना मेरे को पता है प्रॉपर्ली मेरे को नहीं
पता. 2 players down, but Elementrix, we're here seeing a battle. Here goes. Elementrix getting thirsted, and I believe that is the Wolves eliminated.
उसके काम कर रहे. सीधा डिफेंड कर रहा.
Wolves not surviving as a pack. One by one, they're gone. The arena resetting off the back of it. Grab Mormon, throw him in the vehicle.
Zone अच्छे अपने में zone अच्छे.
Yeah, wild to see here. Is E-Arena going to push on over to that warehouse? We see Young Galacticos.
ये लोग push मारने का plan कर रहे हैं.
South of Godlike underneath the hill. Romeo, yeah, using that hovercraft. That's the
trade में knock ना हो जाए बस.
Extra intel.
Jenny भाई जाओ.
Immediately Godlike start putting some shots just to try and get it down a little bit further.
इनको zone जाना है तो ये आएंगे. But अगर अलग path ले लिया तो.
Do you want to fight us? Maybe. Maybe
पूरा
you guys
defend
just
करना
go
है
in the
अपने
zone.
को.
We do as well. Well, let's see what happens.
ये defend करने हैं अपने को.
Yangon don't want that smoke, man.
S-Power lucky.
यार ये भी
slick as well. That's the one time we've not seen him get an instant elim off something like that.
Yeah, I didn't think he was expecting to see someone white out in the
open.
open.
एक बार miss हुआ है दूसरी बार थोड़ी.
Tiny pixel, he knocks it down. S-Power on
और
point. That's the fight to open things up. Oh, and his nades too have been so dangerous today. It's a 4v3 situation. Let's see how Godlike decides to take this fight. They're already starting to wrap around, get their claws into Young Galacticos. They're going to have to get moving here pretty quick.
Yeah, the pincer play. Wrap around, giving their squad more of an understanding of what's going on here.
अलग एंगल बनाने जा रहा है, but S2G वाले देख रहे.
Begin to duel one another.
F is there from TT.
बहुत
Zerich replying
लंबा
back
वो
onto 721.
फॉल बैक मार लिया, बहुत सही किया.
Out of the
Unreal. Now TT Project are down to 1 as well. That's 10th through 13th. Pretty much almost out
मान्या ने
here.
जोन ले रखा है.
That's a huge
तो जोन का कोई
opportunity for
टेंशन
our
नहीं
bottom
है.
3 to get out of there. And meanwhile, Neons actually does a good job of getting a knock onto ETSH. So he's keeping his team alive.
यहाँ अलग लफड़ा चल रहा है.
Now it's just up to effect. Last player up for TT Project. Now getting ran over, and that is them.
सीधा गुजर दिया bro.
And this is a huge. This is the
हाँ,
worst
भाग
case
गया
scenario
ना
for
bro.
this lobby.
भागो. ऐसा ही हट जाना था. 4 men रहे थे.
Smile's literally the only one that could get away.
पहले चले जाना था. ये जगह अच्छी है तुम पे. पूरा मैच खेलते.
To create space between the two, but for Godlike, it seems like the fight isn't going to be over. It's only just getting started. Non-shin red force close by. S2G as well, pushing up the hill. Nades onto the smokes. Fingers crossed that it'll connect onto someone.
अब तो नेट्स वेट्स भी थोड़े मिल गए रही.
Oh goodness
भाई अब तुम कहाँ आ गए?
gracious. This lobby is looking pretty crispy at this point because our top 5 teams are all in this. Bunch of teams in that mid-pack are gone. Next zone does pop, goes right towards that
zone मिल
center
जाएगा. आगे एक
position.
वो थे.
Godlike are going to use that high ground
रोड बना
and
होते हैं,
gun
वहाँ पे
skill
मिल सकते
to
हैं.
dominate this side of the
चलेगा
map.
जोन अच्छे मिल जाएगा.
And it looks like they are looking way too good to start the day.
अच्छे जोन हाई ग्राउंड से लो मारने इजी.
Man, S power has just been ridiculous.
But वो S2G है कि उसको मारना पड़ेगा.
Even here, his shots are just so on point. He came ready to play today.
He's quick.
लाइक करो भाई लोग एंड जो भी नए सब्सक्राइब करो. ब्रिज वेल्स आने दो.
Maybe that's what the S stands for.
They are left to work with, and they're casting that up towards this little ridge, a rock between them and ETSH. Nearby bounce on the nade. Afriko's got to double back slightly for Hita.
यहाँ पे पूरा नेट स्पैम ही होगा ये पूरे पट्टे पे.
Slight off angle where he can peek down on you. He loves these sort of peeks.
Come on, Fajita. Let's see what you can do. Oh, Attorney K.
So मैंने knock दिया.
Nade. He's gonna back it on up.
Long range knock
You know,
दिया.
leave those smokes right there.
मुश्किल
Looks
है.
like they're seeming
दिलाना
to
मुश्किल
throw
है.
a bombardment on them. So E-Arena doing a good job. Back it up. Just, hey, take our time. We can't afford to get knocked here. This is still stage 5. This is wild. I mean, I think these teams in the mid-pack all played super aggressive, and it just didn't work out for, like, almost any of them.
कलाना खेलने ट्रॉफी भेजी है भाई लोग. आप ही भेजो नॉन स्टॉप. भाई के अभी गेम पे चलते हैं अपन.
It's the exact opposite of what really they needed to get out from this one.
ये फटेंगे यार.
Rich will only
साथ
get richer
करें
towards
फटेंगे.
the top. And our bottom 3 squads all still in the running. That's where the movement could be.
PS2 is a fight है यार. एडमिनो
Gameplay we've seen with 4 players alive and 7 Englands in the back already. Maybe they can start to climb out.
Nice knock there.
Yaar.
Kamikaze gets a nade onto Admino from Godlike. Here we go. It's Godlike versus S2G.
एक अच्छा नेट 100 में आएगा. पूरा चेंज कर
Good
देगा.
nade in that direction. Ooh, doesn't hit the mark just yet. And meanwhile, yeah, look at that smile from Young Galactic.
Admino finish हो
Hiding
गया.
for his life here.
पूरा गुस्री है यार. सौम्या चेंज कर दे भाई एक
Just
नेट
inside
करके.
that smoke. Oh, the vehicle
एक
so
अच्छा नेट
close
सौम्या
to
का भाई पूरा
finding
चेंज
him
हो
as they're
जाएगा.
looking to bonnet him. S
नाइस गन दो डॉट दिए रे. पावर ने दिया.
But S2G lose another player down to 2. Lost.
यार मानिया ना खा गया.
Because he's panicking right now. Can't
Power
quite
भी knock
find
हो
him.
गया.
And S-Power takes a
अरे
bullet to
यार.
the back of the head. The SMG
Nice try,
delivers.
nice try, चलो.
Goodbye,
अच्छा try था.
Godlike, as S2G went out on that one.
Nice try, nice try, nice try.
Huge play on the side of
Ah,
S2G
यार.
right there, right on time too. You take out Godlike.
ये rev भी हो
who
जाएंगे ना,
now
दिक्कत
moved
वो
into
है.
second
वरना
place.
एक दो kill आ
They gotta
जाती.
get these reses though, and the blue zone is closing. They're gonna go ahead and pick him up, get him into that vehicle and smoke. Oh, never mind.
किलाएगा.
This ride is for
किलाएगा.
myself alone.
Away some extra points. Does Smile
किला है,
make a
चोरी हो
move? The
गया.
solo here from Yangon. He's thinking about the big picture, Jukes, but look how tempting this is.
Hello! And Razy somehow survived that.
Choke कर दिया अभी
The
प्योर.
trap that was sprung, and he was able to get out with the cheese. He got out with the cheese, unscathed.
मर गया भैया.
Ludicrous scenes.
Bye
Quick
bye.
wrap around. Ooh, can't